Happy Friday. definitely be doing some drinking later. I think they're pretty fun as long. Well, I ain't mad at you. dull moment, especially driving around Columbus, Ohio. There's always something stupid happening around here. Drivers are worse. Yeah, no doubt. That's what's happening here too. We got a couple major cities that like they're playing their prayer on the loudspeaker and shit every day at noon. Like, why did you come to America and bring all this crap here? I mean, why don't you just keep it in your country and continue doing your own thing? Like, we're Americans, we're not Muslim. Somebody wants to rule the entire world all for themselves. I'm getting pretty old, but man, I don't know, if there's like people that think like me that are younger, they're ready to take some action, it'd be kind of cool to see something happen. Right now the big thing here is the flock cameras. And it's cool because it doesn't matter if you're a lefty or a righty, if you're a white guy or a black guy, nobody likes the flock cameras. It's nice to see some unity that we all agree that we don't want to be spied on. That part's pretty cool. with that crap. Him, Klaus Schwab, all them guys. Yeah, I know. I keep hearing that too, man. I see the cops aren't on your side. Now, I live out here in the country, and I tell you what, our sheriffs and our cops and stuff, they're definitely on our side. They don't mess with us. They believe in the Constitution. They appreciate the fact that I have a carry concealed permit, carry a firearm. They appreciate the Americans that are stand-up Americans. But you get in the city, it's a different ballgame. And we're holding pretty strong as far as keeping our guns. They say one in every American has at least one firearm, and I chuckle because I know people don't have guns, and I've got all kinds of guns, so I think their math is wrong. Yeah, chemtrails. Yeah, they try to tell you they're contrails. My grandfather worked at NASA. They're not contrails. And we got our corrupt. We got a whole bunch again, a couple of them big cities. They're pretty bad. When I used to live in Cleveland, they were pretty bad over that way too. Figure out how did they get away with taking them guns from y'all. I don't even understand. I mean, if they try doing it here, all of us are going to board our shit up in the walls and keep them. The story here in America is I lost my gun in a fishing accident. I dropped it off the boat. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're the last country that still legally are allowed to have guns. Plug your nose. It's about to get stinky. Stinky, stinky. Yeah, aluminum oxide, barium. Yeah, all that stuff. I know all about it, bud. And again, like say, 85% of people are stupid and think those are just steamy trails coming off the tips of the wings. They don't even have a clue. They believe all the propaganda. They believe all the media, the news. They believe everything they were taught in school that was wrong. Yet?
No, it's too wet back there still underneath that grass.
Copy, thank you. Yeah, ignorance is bliss for real, dude. That's why I don't even try to argue with anybody anymore. They're just so totally convinced by everything they saw on television when they were growing up as a kid. And I was too. But I opened my eyes and I realized how screwed up everything is. grandfather working at NASA, he was in on all the lies just the same. And it's like I looked at the Bible a few times. Now, I'm no Bible roller or anything, but that book's older than everything. So I believe what's in there more than what they tell you. Yeah, and there's videos on YouTube. The guys that actually get paid to spray, I mean, they put videos on YouTube talking about it, and people still don't believe it. So I say, if you want to be that dumb, you know, just, I'm going to let you be that dumb. I ain't messing with you. That's insane, man. You can't say the Bible. Hey, como está? We're unloading some mulch at the compost farm. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. Is it because you said Bible? Not allowed to say Bible on YouTube. Alright, come on, unload. Choctaw County. Where are you from? Choctaw County? Is that in America? Yeah. Speech is powerful, my friend. I get yelled at. I tell everybody I'm gonna live to be 100, and they get mad at me, and it's like, hell, I don't want to die, man. I'm gonna live forever. I keep saying I'm gonna live to be 9,900 years old. The sad part is that means I'm gonna have to watch everybody else die. Native American, Hispanic. I apologize, I've never heard of the Choctaw Nation. that dementia is bad news. My grandma's got it so bad she doesn't know it, like her own husband anymore. 92 years old, I think. I keep trying to tell my wife, like, they've kind of proven that all these vegetable and seed oils and stuff is what causes it. I'm telling my wife, like, stop eating these damn chicken nuggets, stop using all this crappy, greasy stuff, and keep your brain. Oklahoma. Yeah, I drove all over that state a little bit. I like it out there. I love out west. My wife's never been past Ohio. I can't wait to get her out there to see it. Damn. That's messed up. Didn't even get hit by the car and still got punished. Unloading, so I guess I'm heading back for the next live load. Sorry about that, had to shoot a text real quick to the other driver. Only 2 of us today. They don't know why my grandma got it, but her mom had it, her grandma had it, which I met my great-great-grandma, and yeah, they all lose their minds right around 80, 85 years old. I'm worried about my mom, hoping she holds out a little longer. Yeah, it's funny you say that about all of a sudden they remember everything. I thought my grandma was going to die maybe 2 months ago because she did the same thing. My mom went to see her, grandpa was there, and she actually realized who everybody was and was pretty coherent. And then she went to bed and didn't wake up. They don't know why she didn't wake up, but after, I think, a day or so, she finally woke back up. And it sounds shitty, but, you know, it is such an awful disease. It's like I kind of wish my grandma would just die because she can't be, she's got to be suffering unless she don't even realize. Hard to say. People with dementia can't tell you what they're experiencing. They say it's the food too. I guess plain old vegetable oil is awful for you. Even olive oil and stuff like that. They say olive oil is better, but still, any sort of fruit or plant oil, I guess, puts this plaque on the brain and doesn't help that dementia. Does not help. Sad because I eat like crap for the most part, but I try not to eat the processed stuff. I try to stay out of the damn McDonald's drive-thru. Yeah, I love my butter, man. They say that's bad for you too. I love it. Especially on some nice fresh steaks. Yeah, no bueno on the cheeseburger. But again, I live out in middle of nowhere, so we have cows, we got deer. So most of the stuff we eat is pretty good. We got a nice store in our little town that sells fresh produce from the farms, so we don't get as much of that crap. Try to eat healthy. And it's really tough here in America, man. All of our food's poison, man. It's hard to find something that is real. If you didn't make it yourself from raw material, man, it's pretty well bad news. And the easier it is to serve yourself with it, the worse it is for you. Unless it's picking an apple off of a tree. Yeah, I kind of did the same thing, just trying to stay away from a lot of these things. I started feeling better real quick. Plus, I started drinking a lot more water than I used to. I don't drink pop and crap very often anymore. Yeah, that Pepsi, Mountain Dew, all the chemicals and that stuff, it is wicked bad. Oh, a little rough that time. Y'all didn't feel a thing though. Yeah, you've seen the videos where they crumple it up into a ball, and a minute or so later it all unfolds back into perfect shape again. When I saw that, I was like, I noticed the bread I was eating tasted like crap. I told my wife to stop buying it and go get the Amish bread. It's real. my gosh, what did I miss? Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's in the bread. Okay. Wow, we got Italian in here too, huh? Sorry about that. Had to close up the doors and clean off the back of my truck. Don't want to get pulled over by highway patrol. Yeah, I can't wait. It's almost ready to hit the road again. Just switched out the rear axle. But I do got 6 tires to burn off, so there'll be a whole bunch of videos once I get my shocks mounted up. Everything's custom fabricated in that car because it used to be a 9-second drag car, and I'm just trying to cruise it. I'm too old to race. I just want to go out in a nice car and ride. Plus, I got arrested like 60 times before I was even old enough to drive, and it was always in one of them cars that I bought. So it was kind of like a childhood, what do you call it? Maybe not childhood, what do they call that? Midlife crisis or something. I'm over here like I got the bitchin' Camaro from when I was a teenager. Bring back some memories. Yeah, I know. I guess the car, they wouldn't let it race anymore because they said the roll cage wasn't sufficient to go under 10 seconds. So that was step 1. Slow the car down back to 10 seconds again. And then it was different. Man, everybody's getting invaded. What the hell? There's a guy who built one of them Teslas. He stripped it completely out, and it's crazy fast. I don't know what else he did to it. I'm not too hip with the Teslas or whatever, but I raced at Norwalk once when I was 16 years old, no driver's license. I had a 1980 Firebird. My first run down the track was 26 seconds. So I worked on the car out there in the parking lot, stripping parts off of it. By the end of the day, I got the car down to 16 seconds, but I had the best reaction time of the day in that car, which was kind of funny for a 300 Pontiac. Man, now what did they censor out of here? Because you said black African, man, you can't say Bible and you can't say black African. There's white Africans, black Africans. I don't understand why people get so mad about stuff like that. I'm white, call me white. That's funny. One of my close friends got deported. He had to go back to his home country in Germany. That's what he was driving to. He said the same thing. He said the cars over there suck. He was here in America with a 5-liter Mustang, 1000cc Ninja motorcycle, and a dirt bike. He gets over there and he gets reduced to a Ford Fiesta. It wasn't called a Fiesta though. I can't remember what he said it was. He said it's identical to a Fiesta with a different name. Felt bad for him. He had to sit in jail for like a year before they shipped him back to Germany, and he didn't even do anything wrong. They just changed the immigration side where they had to kick him out. expensive 1300cc car. That's right. I'm about to go buy a brand new Chevy truck, and it comes with a twin turbo. Like, is that even a thing in a pickup truck? But I guess it is. They got the truck and tractor pulls. I've got a 6-liter Ford truck. There might be a video on my channel with a little bit of it. But she's cranked up on some steroids. It's a pretty fast truck. I'm going to try it at the tractor pull and see how it does. Oh yeah. Well, even I bought my house in 2013, and I think that's kind of when stuff started to get better. At least for me. Definitely not LA. Oh yeah, I gotta swing it wide. We gotta take everybody's lane over here. I don't fit around that corner. It's not a new one, it's a 2005. But anybody knows me knows the day that there's a 79 Ford floating around, I'm gonna grab it up and run it into the ground till it's dead. I love them old trucks. What do you pay a gallon of gas in the United Kingdom? Holy crap, $7 a gallon. Hey, 97 Camaro. That's when they went to that new body. My mom had one like that. I had an 84 Camaro for about 15 years. Had a lot of the 79s, the old days. Crazy. I couldn't imagine. I had to pay $4 and some change in West Virginia, and I was pretty bent out of shape about that one. Where I live, I think I pay about $3.75 a gallon. Oh goody, I shouldn't have a long wait. That dragonfly go right across the front of the camera. Let's see if I can see it. I'm just now, the delay is that bad. I've been sitting here for a solid 30 seconds and now the video is just showing me pulling up to this car. Where's the dragonfly? Oh man, can't see him. Geez, oh Pete, sad, Mark. Yeah, it's part of the reason I put that crappy motor in that Camaro for right now. That's just a little 350. I got a really big souped up motor for it, but it only runs on 110 octane, which is over $10 a gallon for that. I couldn't imagine paying $8 a gallon for regular fuel. That is crazy. Be lucky you got the welfare. Every time I've lost my job, I mean, even during all that COVID nonsense, I lost my job and I couldn't even get paid. I've been injured and lost my job, couldn't get paid numerous times, couldn't get any medical treatment because I don't make enough money. Same, Chris. Yeah, it sucks when you don't have a job and you want to work. Around here, we can't find enough people to work. Before I started driving this truck again, I was doing HVAC, electric, and plumbing for the past 15, 20 years or so. And like the last 5 to 10 years, it's been impossible to get anybody to show up to work. The most we got was every now and then I could get somebody to show up for an interview. Then they wouldn't show up when they'd get hired. Then I find out to get unemployment benefits, you have to continue to apply for jobs. So I think what they're doing is they're coming applying for the job just to keep their benefits instead of actually going to work. Heck with the jab, man. My sister-in-law got it twice, and now all of a sudden she always has kidney issues. Always having kidney stones. Never had any problems till after she got that shot. Bunch of people that ended up with some of the heart issues too. It's so sad too, because they knew damn well what they were doing. It's just awful. Yep, sorry to hear that, sad Mark. Keep on keeping on, I guess. Take some punches and throw a few while you're at it. stuff was happening, I had a lot of questions for him. And I asked a bunch of those top tier questions you would want to ask somebody at NASA about space and, you know, Bill Gates and these drugs and some of this other technology. My grandfather told me, he said, don't believe anything they tell you, it's all lies. That and they're over 100 years ahead of us now. They know so much shit and they're not telling us anything. That's why I don't understand why Bill Gates is still walking around. That's his gimmick. He's about to get us all. He's talking about putting that shit in mosquitoes now. So that way, even if we can't get you to come in and vaccinate, we can still get you vaccinated. Like, yeah, I don't think so, dude. So beware of the big neon green metallic blue looking mosquitoes. I think that's some of Bill Gates stuff right there. You don't want to mess with it. Man, I got to coast through here twice. What is going on? Yeah, it's funny, because I even talked to him about the moon landing. I said, yeah, I heard y'all lost the technology. You can't get back to the moon. He kind of laughed at me. I bet he feels pretty guilty for telling me all the stuff he told me as a kid, now that he realizes his life was partially a lie. Trying to keep us away from the Bible. They're removing God out of everything. Are going away. They're talking about putting them on the endangered species list, I guess, but last time I got stung by a hornet, I died in a minute and a half flat. Something happened to my body where I can't even be stung anymore. They had to shoot me in the heart with some adrenaline, jumpstart me, get me running again, pump me full of epinephrine and saline and what's that, potassium. Got me back to living again, but I'm still gonna get me some bee boxes. I'm gonna try to help, and I hope I don't get stung. I hope to God I don't get stung. Might keep hopping out here today. Yeah, no doubt. Chili pepper. But it's all talking about space. I think the lyrics are pretty well spot on. They're laughing in our face because we fell for it. And I think that's what got it to where we won the war as well, was making everybody think we had the technology to make it to the moon. Roundabout, 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 roundabout. Yeah, there's no purpose in hornets. Like, they have no genuine purpose. Like, they don't really cross-pollinate. They're just angry, evil little things. And when it comes fall, man, them things are just off the hook. Like, they just want to kill you. get away from them, like if they're in the ground in my yard, I'll kill them because I can't get stung by them, man. I'll die. The doctor told me, they said, you don't want to get stung again. Epinephrine ain't going to save you. You're going to die. Your heart got screwed from getting stung by that bee. To this day, my blood pressure, I still only have 100 pounds of blood pressure because of that. There is no such thing as high blood pressure in my world. Not anymore. What? There's no way. You gotta have hornets in Italy. Well, maybe the climate's not right, huh? They say it's the cell phone towers are what's killing the bees. It's confusing them around here. It's because of the cell phone towers. Last week we ground up 2 or 3 walnut trees that were hollowed out really good, had all kinds of honeybees in them, and they all got killed, and I didn't get stung, thank goodness. Catch a lot of the flying crap that we don't want. Headed back into Columbus. Back to all the medical centers and go grind some more trees. Medical centers everywhere around this place. Yeah, no doubt, the Guidestones. Understand, but they always talk about we're overpopulated, but I feel like we're really underpopulated. You got snakes though. Yeah, I gotta give you all 2 credit. I'm scared to death to leave this country. My buddy from Germany keeps telling us to come out. I'd like to. I might be able to afford it here really soon. I told him, I said, man, are you going to sell us to get murdered or what? And he said, you Americans ain't worth anything. But the fact that too, you guys are in different countries and been in and out of this country, gotta give you credit. That takes some balls, I guess. buddy over there, he's 52 years old, I think. And I guess I'm kind of an asshole. I ain't talked to him for a little bit now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. Well, thank you for clarifying that not all of Los Angeles is a complete shithole. Here, man. I really appreciate who's unhiding these messages, man. I don't think anybody should be censored for anything. That's freedom of speech, man. You should be able to say what you want. I don't know about anybody else, but you can't hurt my feelings. Say whatever, you can make fun of me, you can call me anything you want. Won't be going to Italy either, huh? Now again, I live, like, I'm one of them small town people where I live, like, they're not really doing that thing. They didn't do the COVID thing. Nobody was wearing masks and all that crap. Everything kind of stayed open, and they put up a fight. We're fighting the flock cameras, and we're winning that. Now we're trying to take out the data centers, but we're not going to win that one. Yeah, and I swear, it's not me censoring anything. I have the censorship turned off in the settings for my live streams. But I did leave the user moderator in there, so one of you kind people can gladly undo these hidden messages for us. Censorship. Hey, keep the vehicles on your side of the road, man. Man, you guys are great. I thank you very much for watching my boring ass live stream and chatting it up in the comments. It's making it very entertaining, because normally my day is boring as hell. So I thank you very much. And if any of you guys are making videos, leave a comment on something other than a live stream so I can find you again and subscribe to your channel. Check you guys out. Because again, I appreciate y'all hanging out here watching. It makes my day go by a lot faster with some entertainment. Because some days it's not an adventure driving this truck. Some days it gets kind of boring. Especially when you're in one job hauling mulch for so long from one place. Just steady, just driving through, driving through, driving through. Back and forth, back and forth. It's getting boring. This has been the most man, you guys are hitting it out know if anybody noticed that robot lawnmower mowing the grass by itself over there, but that's kind of funny. I think better not drive out in the road. It might get hit by a semi truck. Hey man, when I started that channel and this email address, Google would not let me be asshole. It was the closest thing I want to be asshole head shit, but it wouldn't. But it let me Ars Holio. It turns out one guy famous Holio. But I don't think anybody has to tune in to see my name to be an asshole. Wait a minute on that last comment, Chris. The little heart and emoji things blocking part of the comment. I'll have to wait till there's a couple more comments and then it'll show itself. Man, we're doing good. Eric from the what? Wait till that heart's out of the way. Oh, there we go. You talking about the robot lawnmower? So far I've seen two. One of them we just passed a little bit ago. The other one's right by my shop. And I got the feeling it lets itself back in the garage when it's done mowing or when it needs to charge back up. I'm sitting there thinking, man, that thing will go out there and mow up some rabbits. Drive out in the road, get ran over by a car. It's got a spinning blade on it, which is kind of scary. The highway crews I've seen, they got some really big ones, but they said they're the remote control and mow those big tall hills on the side of the highway out here with it. That was where I saw them first, but now I see they're just driving around in people's yards like a Roomba. Oh yeah. The People's Convoy. That was messed up over there in Canada. They froze all them guys' bank accounts. They all lost their jobs and stuff over it. And if that wasn't enough proof how much control the government has over you, I don't really know what else is. At that point I decided I think I need to have half my money in the bank and half of it in my pocket or buried under my floor, one of the two. Cash is king. Up on that yellow line. There's a line of cars in front of you. You don't need to see. I barely fit on this road. I can't have you on that. That mud flap takes your mirror off. You'll know what you did wrong. Supposedly that's Fidel Castro's kid, but they say that's a conspiracy theory, but every conspiracy theory is a conspiracy until it comes true. Yeah, I got a bunch of people trying to get me to go online to invest in gold. Like, no, I'm not going to give somebody else my money to allegedly place gold behind it. I will go to the jeweler and I will buy a bar of gold off the jeweler, if anything, direct, and put it on a shelf in my house, and it will sit there and make money. Buy a bar of silver, platinum, whatever. I'm not going to invest it into a website, zap you my bank information for some gold that I can't see or touch. Definitely gotta be bars. Yeah, and I save all my 50-cent pieces because they're actually worth more than 50 cents in silver nowadays, so that's a plus. So I got a bunch of those saved up. I got a couple real gold coins. I used to melt my old gold until I found out it was totally illegal and I'm not allowed to do it here, and I couldn't sell it after I melted it. So I used to grind it up off computer boards and stuff like that, soak it in some acid, strain it all out, wash it, and then I bring a bag of gold powder to my jeweler. She'd put her little radar gun on it and test it, and then give me some cash for it. But the first time I melted it down, she told me, I can't buy that off you, you're not that here. Yeah, there's a guy here on YouTube. His channel's called Big Stack, and that dude melts down everything and gets all the precious metals separated, makes some bars. He's got like little vaults just loaded with all this stuff. It's crazy, and I'm like, man, I need to be like that guy. I don't have as much free time as I used to though, but my one job, man, I was a maintenance guy, so when I clean out apartments, I'll find all that jewelry in the carpet and in the corners and in the sink traps. I'd take all that stuff home, get a bunch of it all together. I used to melt all the aluminum, if you can do that legally. Yeah, my mom does the stock market thing. Pretty sure she's got herself $1 million now, but I've got a big settlement coming from a car wreck. Actually, there's a video, I think, with the car, what's left of the car in it, but I got mangled up pretty bad. I'm waiting to get paid from it still. It's supposed to be a significant amount of money according to the lawyer. So when I get that money, I assure you, I have all intentions of investing it and making some more off of it. I've came through here 4 times now, and I keep forgetting that lane ends. Nobody was here this time, so it didn't matter. Yeah, we all time ourselves over another lane. Over a year now, but the guy was driving his kid's car, so it's been a big fight because the kid's insurance ain't paying for it, and his insurance don't want to pay for it because it wasn't his car. So I think they're attacking his homeowner insurance right now is what they're doing. But I'm not 100% sure. That's a game I don't know. Anytime I've been in an accident, I don't like doctors, I don't like hospitals, so I never get paid, but They destroyed one of my vertebrae. It's a triangle now. Broke my sternum. Split one of my vertebrae in half. Screwed up a bunch of stuff in my neck. Bruised my heart. Had water on the lungs. A bunch of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I need to go to the doctor. Then you guys need to pay me this time. Dead ass road is recommended. Quit. I'm pretty tough. I broke and I never until my skull. I'm coming to bed, you know. Yeah, me too. Same deal with the dentist. This here. I need every one of my top teeth taken out of my mouth, but they won't put me to sleep. But the dentist told me, like, I'm going to have to cut and break everything in your mouth to get all these teeth out. And my insurance won't let me. The only way it's getting done is by cash money. The things when I get this money from the sell, I'm definitely going to be definitely getting my teeth fixed. Man, that thing sounds like crap. I don't know if y'all see that orange car in front of me, but it sounds like shit. Like, that is not cool. It sounds like a wet ass fart. Come on, stop it once so you guys can hear that crappy charger. My wife's got one of those. I know, and it wouldn't make any more noise so we could hear it. Normally, most people driving a car like that, you get sick of hearing it. Yeah, it's a shame because something as stupid as teeth will kill you, man. Make you so sick. I've been so sick so many times. I cannot wait to get these bad boys taken out and fixed. Can't wait. Yeah, that's how my buddy lost all his teeth, drinking Pepsi. Drinking the Pepsi. This driveway, it sure is. What are you all doing, man? Y'all are making this really difficult. Get your damn trucks out of my way. myself up very good this time. Yeah, I drink sea salt water now, and it made me feel 100 times better. I'm hydrated. I haven't had any mouth problems since I started doing that. But you know, that stuff's corrosive at the same time, so it does kind of grind your teeth up a bit. Breaking some trees, breaking some trees. Y'all can't see what I'm backing in and around here, but I definitely ain't getting it in one maneuver. It's definitely a over and over type of thing. And hopefully nobody's behind me now because I can't see. 13 tons. Now this truck here ends up a little over 40 tons once I'm loaded, but it is a semi truck though. Oh, that green car. I see it now. Yeah, it is. Funny shade of green there. I gotta make sure this thing can throw it in my truck. Self-driving semi-trucks now. I watched a video of one of them things a while back, but a car cut across the front of it and it thought there was like going to be an accident, so it swerved towards the left lane, ended up destroying all the cars on the left side of it, and then plowed itself into a wall, all because the guy put a blinker on and cut in front of the truck. Like, I don't think they should be having autonomous semi-trucks. Them things are bad news. That I was like, well, man, I got my CDL so I could drive a truck till I retire. And then they started making autonomous trucks. Like, well, what the hell? Man, I wish I had a GoPro mount for my helmet. Take y'all out there to watch the show. We might be able to get a little bit of entertainment this way. did for a few years. I was a roofer most of my life, but for a few years I was doing hot tar, like on the top of these skyscrapers and stuff like that. It's very easy work, but man, just the heat is just too much. It is hot. Why we got another tree company out here on our job site? I'm confused. I think I roofed from about 15 to 35 years old, so I guess I did for about 20 years. By the time I was 25, I had no more cartilage in my knees and lost all the cartilage in one of my elbows. Attacked by a camera. Get ready for the fun view. We'll have to do this. We don't have to do this. I wonder if our safety guy's watching me over here with the GoPro, like, what the hell is this guy doing? Good. I like being a roofer though. I was healthy as shit, strong as shit. That's the only good thing I can say about roofing. Especially me, I got 5 broken vertebrae and I'm missing 7 discs. And that's why I quit doing what I was doing. I was like, I think it's time to drive a truck. That's about as easy as it gets. I don't think it gets too much easier than that. Say as easy as it gets, but yeah, I'm over here climbing the back of this trailer, climbing around all kinds of stuff. My air-conditioned truck for me. He has got to get out of here. Can't deal with that. It's like 30% for a single American worker. Which I guess since my kids are both grown up, I'm in the same boat. Son, he did his taxes the other day. He was flipping out when he realized how much money they took, and it's like, yeah, that's the joy of being a single man. At least you get married and have a house, you get a little bit of a break. think every dollar you make gets taxed like 5 times or something. You get taxed to earn it, you get taxed when you spend it. They tax your house after you buy it. Every year they keep taxing you. They tax you if you have too much inventory in your business's warehouse.
quick too, so
okay to like chop people up and rape women and kids and stuff like that, and then they come here and like, why did you come here? I think it's above the government. I don't think our governments are our people anymore.